Today I'm going to share with you everything I wish I had known about chief orders from the very start of the game. And although you unlock these at about furnace level 22, I only started to use these a little bit later when I was like furnace level 25, which is a bit of a rip. So use the timestamps in this video to jump to whichever part you'd like. I'll try to go through these things as fast as I possibly can, but consider smashing the subscribe button if you're interested in new player guides designed to help you get value and smash your enemies. And if you're an experienced player in the game, please do leave comments with tips and tricks. I am reading and responding to all the comments where I can, so thank you for your support, and let's get started with these chief orders. Chief orders are enabled with this thing called contentment. You get contentment as your survivors do work, and also you can spend gems if you need to. Once I got my sort of production buildings to around the 20s, I want to say, maybe 25-ish, I certainly didn't even consider the need to spend gems for contentment. In fact, in this entire time, I don't think I spent any gems on this at all. And a part of that is my own fault for not using this one skill more often, and it is double time. Double time is a chief order that for 5 minutes, you're going to get a 20% boost to the, I think it's building speed. I don't know if it's actually just a 20% reduction in the total time. The way it says is, what it says is, accelerates new building construction or new upgrades in the city by 20%. Seems good. Seems good. So this is a 20% building speed efficiency that is just absolutely insane, okay? So you're talking about saving, like on every day worth of sort of upgrade time, many hours worth of savings. So this is so powerful. You want to start to time your building upgrades around when you're going to pop this buff to then go through and speed things up, assuming you're using speed ups. And if you're not using speed ups or you've drained a lot of speed ups, the thing you want to do is use a few speed ups periodically just to make sure that you have your building queues cleared potentially, so that every day you go and you fire off the sort of chief order for building, you queue up some new buildings, and you're on your way. This is particularly true, however, if you have lots of speed ups to burn and you're going to do lots of upgrades. You could wait for people to help you, which definitely you get value from. But if you're going to upgrade lots of buildings, you're better off, in my opinion, forgetting the helps and just speeding up. And that's especially true to do if there's like an event that you're trying to capitalize on that requires you to build stuff, okay? This is incredibly powerful. I wish I had used this more. I realized not too late that I needed to be doing it, but like far enough in that it's definitely a rep. Days worth of speed ups, definitely wasted. And I will point out that there are certain buildings that, in my opinion, you should always speed up, no questions asked. And that includes infantry camp, marksman camp, and the lancer camp. Why would your troop training buildings be things you always want to speed up? Because when you're upgrading these buildings, you can't be training troops. So using a speed up to accelerate the building also lets you start training troops that much sooner. So your speed ups are actually twice as good, if you can believe it, in that context. It's almost like double duty for your speed ups. Insanely powerful, okay? Insanely powerful. And the reason, again, that works that way is, let's say I was upgrading this building and it had 4 hours left. I know it's training for 4 hours, but pretend with me, okay? If I sped that up, not only would I finish the building 4 hours sooner, but then I could be training troops for the entire 4 hours that I had been building that building. The same is true for the research center, by the way. Anytime you're going to upgrade this building, you can't be doing research at the same time. Great building to only upgrade when you have the speed ups to then blast your way through it, because those speed ups serve as sort of double duty, making it so that not only do you finish the construction faster, but all that time you would have been constructing, now you can be researching. So consider smashing subscribe if you're getting value from this video so far, but let's go to the next things that you want to pop. And I don't think that these are all that valuable, and I don't pop them all that often, but here's what you can do, okay? There is an ability here called Rush Job. It gives you 5 days worth of resources from all of your work sites. Well, before you pop Rush Job, which costs you 150,000 contentment, you might want to boost the productivity of your work sites. How could you do that? Well, here's Urgent Mobilization. You force your survivors at all of your work sites to work for 48 hours, which gives them a negative mood and might cause them to strike, but has the benefit of pairing really well with Rush Job. Also, you've got Productivity Day, doubles your output at all your resource work sites for 24 hours. That's minus 10 mood to your survivors. So you give yourself this 100% boost, and we'll go and do that now. and we'll make it so that they all work a bunch, which they're not going to be happy about. So we pop urgent mobilization. 4 survivors at all work sites to work for 48 hours. Sucks to suck. And once they've done that, now I go in and I pop rush job. Gives 5 days worth of resources from all work sites. Boom. And that's survivor time. So there's a little clock up in the top that shows you the survivor time. So how many resources did I get from this? Bro, like all this effort for like, I don't know, a resource node or 2 worth of stuff. I don't know, man. I just don't think it's worth all that much, in my opinion. It's not worth pissing off my survivors from like 96% to, well, it's currently 93, but it's going to go down. Now, with that said, as soon as all of that's done, and you can see this is going to be active for another 23 minutes here, then you go in and you pop this final Chief's Order festivities. This gives you 50 mood and a bunch of comfort during the day. I can't pop this now because urgent mobilization is active. Okay. So as soon as urgent mobilization is over, I'm going to pop festivities, and then we're big chilling. The final ability we need to talk about in here is comprehensive care. Comprehensive care I have never needed. Maybe I will need it at some point. It's a chief order that heals all the 6 survivors in your city. Cooldown of 4 hours. You can do this very frequently. All right. So TLDR, what do you need to know as a new player? The only one of these buffs that really matters is double time. Double time is absolutely bonkers. It is going to save you so many days of speed ups, especially if you're a lower spender in the game or free to play. This is incredibly valuable because A, you don't have access to as many speed ups, but B, you're going to be spacing out your upgrades. And so timing those upgrades around double time is going to just be really, 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 really good. Right? Like if I had something that was going to finish 6 hours after my double time cooldown, I'd probably just use the 6 hours of speed ups and then align with the double time. Because even if I'm not net positive on speed ups from that transaction of speeding it up and then upgrading something else, but lowering the time of that thing, even going net zero is fine, right? Like in a perfect world, you're sort of saving on speed ups, right? And then these other abilities, I'm going to be honest, I just let them sit for the most part. The amount of resources here is very, very low. I'm probably missing out on a very, very small amount of resources that maybe I will care more about later, but I don't know, man. What am I missing about that? It just doesn't feel like enough. It's fine, I guess. It's just not a crazy amount of resources, okay? So these abilities are active for now. I don't know if the order matters between doing productivity day first or urgent mobilization. I'm not sure. Maybe it does. Let me see. I found a post on Reddit that seems to indicate that urgent mobilization goes before productivity day. But the real key is that I think you pop your urgent mobilization, you pop your productivity day, and only after both of those are active do you then hit your rush drop. But I'll update the pinned comment if there's any magic to the exact sequence that goes into that, or if someone explains it really cleanly, I'll pin their comment. All right. And those are the sort of things you need to know. Looks like I could, turn off the notifications for when that's going to be available again. I'm not too worried about it either way. All right. GG. There you go. Everything you needed to know about the Chief's orders and the Chief's house. If there's anything else I should have shared or needed to share, definitely let me know down below in the comments and consider subscribing to the channel. I'm having a really good time. We are cruising on through here and things are going really well. If we get a look at the leaderboard here, we are the #1 alliance by power. We've got about 400 million power of advantage on #2 and also #3. They're very close. And we've got a couple family alliances in the list here. Technically, our server is all singing Kumbaya, but there always seems to be some silly drama, although that silly drama seems to revolve around 1 or 2 of the same people over and over. And if you want to see a drama video, because people just seem to really enjoy those, yeah, I mean, I talked about it, and the cards will be right over here and over there in just a second. Hope you enjoy it, and until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Leave any comments and thoughts down below. But the Chief orders, anything I missed, definitely let me know.